wind. We all experience it every day here going to school. From the car to the school or from building to building, the wind is constantly blowing. Hello, my name is Colette Barnes, and I'm doing a short presentation on a proposal to develop a small-scale wind farm on the university property. Wind power is the fastest growing electricity generated technology and has a better environmental footprint than fossil fuels. This project, when I first thought about it, I was thinking of a reduction in our electric bill, and that would be great. And the more research I did on it, the more I realized that the economic benefit would be in the recognition of our school, in new student enrollment. It would be a great project for our sustainability students. And, of course, cost comes into factor, and wind turbines are quite costly. But there's a lot of incentives out there, a lot of government incentives and government grants. There's wind experts out there that really want to see another wind project going underway. And they're there to help with their expertise and to tell us how we can get volunteers to help and how we can get donations, how we can set up drives to collect money for the project. But the government, just the government incentives alone, are probably about 39% of the cost of the project. So that would decrease that project that much. And the government's all about it because they really don't want to be dependent on foreign countries for fuel. And they're looking into the future of having a better ecological footprint than we have now to make a difference. If we prep the site for, I'm thinking 3 turbines, even if we only put one up to begin with, well, you can only do pretty much one at a time anyways, but the students will learn from putting that first turbine up, and then they can pass it on down to other students as new students enroll. So the teachers and the students will be teaching the new students. And so the second wind turbine will go up easier. We won't need as many professional people working on it, so that will also bring the cost down. And, wind turbines are a pretty simple, basic design. I have a wind turbine right here. Of course, typically they have 3 blades, not 4, and the wind spins them. And then there's the hub, which holds this on, houses a lot of the components and the electrical parts and the rotor, and then that power, the wire goes down the pole and into the generator and the inverter, and it turns it into usable energy. I like the single pole. They're much more pleasing to the eye, I think, than the big rails that they have on the other ones. And getting back to the cost of the project, I do have an example. I have a chart here that shows how much everything kind of costs, kind of breaks it down a little bit. As you can see, more than 50% of the cost is the actual turbine itself, which consists of all its components, from the pole to the generator to everything. It's all the components, including the wire, everything. And then when you come up here, the 14% is site preparation, and that's something that will disappear once the students and the teachers know how to do it. So that's 14%. That'll just be gone once it's the students just doing it. We have 8% is what's figured into freight and shipping. Now, that's not an exact. It's going to be approximately 8%. And then there's approximately 8% for professional services, meaning people that we have to pay that have to be on the project, like let's say an electrician. But there's other people on the initial project that'll have to be in here, which counts for 8%. Once we get the project up and going again, you can cut that in half, because the only thing we're going to really need is an electrician to hook everything up. And then the 18% is the foundation itself. Is you know, you need small equipment, heavy equipment, and it's going to entail digging, pouring concrete and steel to hold the turbine up. Going with wind now, we can realize cost savings right now. We'll support independence, energy independence. We're going to reduce the size of our ecological footprint, and we're going to give our school recognition. And this is an investment for now and well into the future. Thank you.